Hello, welcome to the latest breaking news. In this video, you will see important news on user trending and breaking. Please like this video, subscribe this channel. 5 off-season moves Indiana Fever can make to help Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston. The Indiana Fever ended their 8-year playoff drought this season behind the incredible play of Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. More on her shortly. By the end of the season, the Fever established themselves as a team that could compete with anyone on any given night behind their devastating offense. They were the league's most prolific unit from June 3 onward. Of course, the goal isn't to be the proverbial team nobody wants to face. The Fever want to become real-deal contenders for years to come. Having a two-player core of Clark and Boston is an incredible place to start. Because of their age, their internal improvement alone could push the Fever to another level. A little outside help could accelerate things, though. There's real opportunity for the Fever to get busy this off-season. There are a lot of big names hitting the market, and the Fever could have over $650,000 in cap room available, according to the good folks at her Hoop Stats. Let's take a look at some players and general moves the Fever should consider this off-season. To borrow from the Williams brothers, the Fever need to sweep around their own front door before looking elsewhere. The absolute first order of business needs to be retaining Kelsey Mitchell, by pure negotiation or by using the core designation, the WNBA's version of the franchise tag, for those who are new to the W space, to make sure she doesn't go anywhere. Mitchell is coming off a second straight All-Star season, posting career highs in points, 19.2, 8th in the W, and efficiency, 58.8 true shooting, 55.9 effective field goal percentage. She also played incredibly well with the Clark-Boston duo. Emptying aside for Mitchell and Boston to operate, Mitchell flying off pin-downs, flowing into handoffs or running ball screens, remained a fruitful source of offense. Mitchell was a frequent ghost screener for Clark, often putting defenses in uncomfortable positions early in the clock. Mitchell was a frequent target for Clark in transition. The cutting paired with Clark's vision also led to plenty of fun hookups in the half-court. And in general, having Clark or Mitchell stashed on the weak side gave the Fever the ability to flow from side to side. The Fever slightly won their non-garbage time minutes, +5 in 1,022 minutes, with all three on the floor thanks to a high-flying offense, 108.8 offensive rating per PBP stats, that performed nearly 2 points better than the New York Liberty's top-ranked offense, 107.0. There's no need to let that kind of firepower and synergy walk out of the door. There's a fun group of fours that could hit the market, headlined by the quartet of Breanna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas, Nneka Ogwumike, and Satu Sabally. Ultimately, I'd expect all four of them to flat-out re-sign with their current teams, Stewart, Thomas, Ogwumike, or get hit with the core designation, Sabally. If that changes for some reason, the Fever should absolutely go all out for whichever one is available. At the top of the next tier sits Natasha Howard, an accomplished veteran who made it known shortly after the regular season ended that she'd be moving on from the Dallas Wings. A one-year deal feels appropriate for Howard. It would allow her to hit the market again as the likely new CBA kicks in ahead of the 2026 season. That would also add incentive for Howard to return to form, especially on the defensive end. Frankly, there were too many instances of inconsistent effort from Howard on the Wings this year, who were mere tenths away from loving the worst defensive rating in WNBA history. You could attribute some of that to a literal return to form. Howard suffered a foot injury during the Wings season opener and missed over a month of play. It's understandable that it takes some time to ramp back up. But some of the film from Howard, especially after the Wings were officially eliminated from postseason contention, was unkind. At her best, however, the 2019 Defensive Player of the Year is still a versatile defender who can execute multiple coverages and hold her own against both frontcourt spots, the kind of skill set the Fever could use. It's still easy to envision Howard keying things up on the backside of actions, especially with how the Fever played Boston closer to the level of screens as the season went on.